Right. Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I ate quite a bit. Always happy about that. I get the stream set up and then get back to doing what we've been doing. Now, we get the stream I went through Black Friday this morning. I worked. Wasn't all too bad. Wasn't really a huge rush. I think it was a couple hundred people at the start of the day, but it really wasn't anything that felt crazy. So, hey, Zachary. We're gonna keep on working on some guides tonight. We got more to do before the season goes live. Stay hopeful. So hopefully we get some news soon about the launch of the season, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh, nice, eating some candy. Very nice. All right. It's supposed to have noise. I don't know why it doesn't have noise, but I like the noise. It sounds really good. I think I was working on. Yeah, let's work on this one now. One is going to be fun. Yes, Crumb. Everything is changing. All the changes are being made mostly to the base game. Um, active build guides. I have all of these here. We've done quite a lot of guides over the last couple of years. Hey, Captain, how's it going? Yeah, we've done a lot. Some of them are older, some of them are seasons ago, but I've updated a lot of them. I will be updating them more. Okay. Pants, we're going to remove this here. We don't actually have the pants that we want. Yeah, me too, Captain. I'm excited for season 11 also. Hey, Jesse. It was. How was yours? Man, this is a very interesting time for ARPGs. Why are you glad that it's over? Ah, what do we want to do? Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Because of toughness, I wonder if Imperial's Might is going to get used a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Once they were out of apple pie, that's it. You're out. That's over then. All right, we're gonna do this as a. We'll do the mythic version first, and I'll do a unique version, even though because this one can actually run on a unique now. It used to be different, but do I want to run Harlequin's Crest? I don't think we need it anymore. We'll get core skill damage and critical strike chance with this here, so I think we're gonna do that. For the gloves, I think we run Fists of Fate. Nothing with kick in it. Yeah, let's just run Fists of Fate for now. Boots? Get rid of the Ram Lama Ding Dong. DJ, hello? How's it going? Oh shoot, I was recording earlier today. Okay, so what was I looking at? Looking at boots. And in the boots, there was a thing that I wanted. Yes, that's what I want to look at. Okay, I don't care about the boots. Yes, I know. 5 days, day 5, I know. Well, I think it's been longer than that. I haven't actually got the game in a while. But we we gotta do it. If I get them done, if do the preliminary work right now, once we get the live campfire chat, it will save me so much time. Because the only thing that I'm going to have to go back through on is put on things like the pants for builds like this here, add in tempers on the two-handed weapons, and then add in the seasonal stuff, and it's done. I can record the videos then. I don't have to worry about doing the planners. Normally, I have to do all of this from like anywhere from 4 to 6 days. I have to do all of it in once. So this will save me so much time. We don't want to do folks. I think we're gonna go. I'd like to think they do. Ghost walkers. Damaging an enemy with kick or ground stomp resets your leap cooldown. Could go with that, but it's actually going to go against. So no, I don't want to do that. Guys, their kick. I got to go back to work tomorrow. Okay, that's offensive. I don't want that. But I could go with this here somewhere. Maybe gloves, maybe ring. But I probably want to run Starless and Bold Chieftain, so probably not. So probably gloves. We'll do gloves. I'll get rid of Fist of Fate. 5 consecutive streak. Amazing. Thank you. All right. I think the choice is Wild Bolts for now. We want Tax Reduce Evade cooldown. It's the best one. What did I do for... You know what? I'm going to do the same thing here. It is Friday, but I got to work tomorrow. But it's Friday. "35 consecutive streams." That's amazing. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow, I think I'm going to go to work early. So this is not my normal work weekend to work, but for some reason they think it's going to be busy, which it never is. And they have all of the leaders working, even if they're not supposed to normally work. Hey, Death. Dymik, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. So I think I'm going to get there early and be like, hey, sorry, I'm early today. Is it okay if I just start early? See if I can get out of there earlier than normal. I'm going to try. Yeah. Yeah. I hope they fix this image here. Wait, we're not running Ramalotni's? Why didn't I have Ramalotni's on? Oh, probably because it wasn't. Oh, because I had it on my... Okay. Okay. Never mind. Ramalama Ding Dong. And then ring 2 is going to have to be Bold Chieftain. We're not running Harlequin's Crest. Don't want attack speed here. Strike chance. We already have... We won't have chance to make enemies vulnerable because we're losing that. Wrath of Berserker cooldown. Okay. The Ross. Ring of Starless Guys. This one we're going to go with... What was this again? Brawlers. No. Veterans Brawlers. Yes. Okay. Strength. I don't think we really need attack speed with this build, because you're going to, like, alternate between things. Critical strike chance if we want until we cap out. I guess we don't need chance to make enemies vulnerable, because we have it on the ring. Is there a kick? No. There is not. What's next? All res? All res? Core skills. Ranks to core skills, duh. Of course it is. This is just kick makes vulnerable? Yeah, kick vulnerable duration. We don't need that. Do I need Berserk duration? Might need Berserk duration. Hey, thank you for the 9 months in a row and the start of a hype train. How's it going? Rend, Hammer of the Ancients, Mighty Throw, Upheaval, Brawling damage. Going well, nice. Okay, only brawling damage. Really not much here at all. Um, yeah, if you're gonna have fun, and then why not? I don't see why not. If people enjoy playing, no harm in it. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Oh wait, we have ground stomp. No ground stomp. I should probably add ground stomp into the build, huh? Yeah, we'll go with that. So now for this one here, we're gonna do melted Art of Selig. We're gonna find out real soon what they're gonna be changing with this and if this is gonna be worth it. I don't even know. I'm kind of nervous. I'm very excited for Mobalytics to finish updating so we can see all of the like the purple and the orange and the unique colors against each other. I'm pretty excited about that. I got an offer, well, potentially an offer for a new game, and I don't know if it's something that that I'd actually be interested in. But I looked it up on Steam, and it was very interesting. It's your objective is to kill everybody on the Earth, and you have to kill them before they finish building like some arc thing to try and save themselves. It was pretty funny. All right, so then we still have to do the other variant still. That's but I think if I'm gonna play other games, I think I want it to still be inside of the ARPG genre. I want to get ground stomp in here. It has points. I don't think I need 5 points here. This is going to be played differently. So we can go, yeah, here. I wonder how much damage ground stomp would actually do now. 1 point there. I don't even have points in Warcry, but I have Warcry on the bar. Good catch. So there's that. And then what are we going to use to proc Bach? or proc ohm. We have Bach Tech for earthquakes. I don't think I'm gonna be able to cast fast enough for Yell. I mean, Neo is the only way to do it, but I don't think I'll be able to not take health damage. So I don't think I'll have it up all the time. That would be fun. But that also seems a lot more MMO than ARPG. That's what I did in WoW. I'm sure you've heard me tell the story, Jesse, but I played in 2v2s and 3v3s. You go Ahu Ohm? It is, yeah. Yeah, World of Diablo instead of World of Warcraft. A Diablo-esque MMO. That would be pretty fun. I don't think it's not POC. Wait, is Kick gonna drop all of my... Wait, I don't think we can use Selig for this build. Or does it only drop up to... World of StarCraft would be fun too. I did an interview with Dioxide. I'm not sure if you know who that is or not. And during the interview, I found out that he, at one point, was a professional StarCraft 2 player. Pretty cool stuff. I need to get back on the podcast train. Hey, Big Papa. Oh, I don't know if I can use this. I don't know if I can use Selig. Yeah, I loved raiding. I loved raiding. But I loved raiding because there was damage meters. I mean, doing the mechanics and killing bosses is definitely a lot of fun. But the meters, I love the meters. I know why Diablo doesn't put them in, but I love damage meters, healing meters, whatever they are. Threat meters. It's gonna drop all of my resources, so I don't know if I can actually use Selig. I think I'm gonna have to do it again. Hey, Soulbane. Lunging Strike is a very fun build. It's hard. I don't think we go Banished Lords, but maybe we go Banished Lords. That'll guarantee it to be an overpower crit every time that we kick. Well, we can go BLT. We just need 275 Fury, which is pretty easy to get to. So we'll go BLT. 125 with 45 seconds to go. That's good. I think the closest clear that I've ever had was literally like 1 second. 1 second was on the screen and I got the clear. Your first barb ever. Welcome to the Barb Nation. That's what we're working on right now. All of the builds for season 11 for the Barbarian. You cleared it on a lunging strike build, Jesse? You would have to be hitting for trillions. They gotta be popping up somewhere. No, not what I wanted to do. Because if you cleared pit 125, that's higher than anybody else in the world. Well, technically, with the way that it works, you don't have to get a timing down. You just have to watch the little cooldown above Hammer of the Ancients. I'll show you what I mean. With the way that the seasonal powers work, you don't need to actually pay attention to anything. Oh, you don't use unstable power. Okay. Yeah, that makes Hammer of the Ancients really easy to use. Because every time that you hit with Lunging Strike, you're also hitting with Bash. Every time. And every time you hit with Bash, you're hitting with Lunging Strike. Um, so with the skill tree here, after critically hitting 4 times with Bash, you can your next 2 hands. So basically, all you have to do is Bash, Lunging Strike. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it always crits. So it's just basically 2 casts of Bash. And then with Hammer of the Ancients, it'll have this little timer above it here. So you can use that as the when you know that you need to cool down. And you attack faster, like Lunging Strike and Bash, faster than the timer for Hammer of the Ancients runs out. So this lasts for 5 seconds, right? And this lasts for 5 seconds, your Fury that you generate. So if you're bashing, whoops, you're Lunging Strike, Bash, Lunging Strike, Bash. Now you have the hammer that guaranteed. You just keep on going back and forth here, and then you hammer again. And then you hammer again, and you don't even need to pay attention to anything at all other than that little green bar above your Hammer of the Ancients, which is nice. Famous Hand, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How's it going today? Um, well, the regular Tusk Helm and the Chaos Armor Tusk Helm is bugged. You don't get the damage from it. I did, Star Knight, did you? And Lucian gives you way more damage than the Tusk Helm does. Gotta figure this out here. I don't want to run Mani. That's great for Thull, but I guess I could. Mobility, mobility. Mani's 50? $100 every 2. So Olm is 600? So it's so 6 times, so it's every 12 casts. I think it's going to be too slow. Because you're going to have cooldown reduction. Hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, Lucian still gives you more damage. It makes it cost more fury, but Lucian gives you more damage, whether you're using chaos armor or regular uniques. Hey, Matt. See, this would be great if I had a way to like to barrier myself, but I don't. I guess we could run Ahu for now. Oh, and then Paragon board. Do we have Warbringer in here? Flawless technique, we do not. Oh, we do. Okay, never mind. It's in there. No, you're not going to spend Fury very often. What would this actually? What would the Paku? I don't know if it's going to. Pak won't proc it fast enough. You don't spend Fury with this build very much. The only thing that's going to spend Fury is Kick. And you have to wait till everything else is off of cooldown for it to work. So, hey, Jamon. I'm building planners tonight. We've been building planners for like a week and a half now. So my character doesn't actually have any real gear on. I've been mixing and matching to try and test things out. But the barbarian I have hits for a couple trillion. Vex doesn't Vex reduce the cooldown of? Oh no, that's skill points, right? Vex. Okay. We have Warbringer, which will help buff Ramaladni's. We have Lockrins, or the BLT. We have plus max resources, and then we have max resources from. Okay, we got to get it from the skill tree here. I don't even know what those are, boss. I don't think I'm gonna need critical strike chance if with this. Nice. Welcome to Diablo 4. Things are going to change next season, especially with how you build damage. But if you want to learn a little bit more before the season ends about how to build damage this season, if you come to my website here, it's cliptus.com. You go to the game how-to videos, and I have a ton of videos for anybody that's just learning how to play the game. And this is how you're going to start building damage. This will get you doing billions and trillions of damage right here. This video into this video. And the druids and the spiritborns this season are capable of hitting multiple high trillions and into the quadrillions of damage. Mostly spiritborn doing that much damage. Yep, so cliptus.com. It's all free. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to pay for anything. There for the greater good. This is the best guess we have right here. You can always go to your reliquary here, and you can see how many days are left. Wait, 10 days left. So when the Reliquary ended last season, that was when the new season started. So that's what we're going on. I already requested this day off, so I'm hoping and praying that that is when the launch is. And if it's not, then that would be real bad. No, everybody asks. That's okay. God, I'm gonna be crushed if they tell me that my boss like went above and beyond to get me the days off on what should be the launch of the 9th. And if they don't release it then, that would be a big bummer. But I'm keeping the faith. But they just haven't announced a date yet, and it's getting really close. So I'm getting a little nervous. But we're gonna keep the faith. Okay. We just need to get a 275 Fury. That's what the minimum requirements are for this build to work. Because if you can get to 275, then as soon as you use kick, it spends all of your Fury. And then you should be able to get it all back. And it should guarantee an overpower. The seasonal perks this season, Joden, are incredibly strong. Like, so strong. Lunging Strike is still strong without them. So Lunging Strike is still a good option to push with, but without the seasonal perks, Lunging Strike will do a lot of damage, but not even close to the seasonal perks. And man, the auto cast build with the seasonal perks is so good. It's so good. It's a bummer it's gonna be gone. That's such a fun build. I'm talking season 10 right now. All right, sounds good, Soul. Have a good night. Me too, Joker. I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think Paragon board looks good. Good. Yeah. Season 11. No, they're not designed. The divine gifts are not designed to boost your character's power. So they're not really powers. There's no official release date anywhere. Is it Constantine? They haven't announced anything. Normally it's on a Tuesday, which is the date that the Reliquary ends. But there's no official anything from Blizzard. The Reliquary says that that's when it's supposed to be, right here. So we have 10 days left. That would be on December 9th. But other than that, Blizzard hasn't said anything official. So we're not actually using Guttural Yell. Not actually using that. So I gotta remove that. Rallying Cry. Oh, I always go Barbarian, and I do all of the writing for Barbarian for Mobalytics. So always Barbarian first. And we're going to be starting with... I always level with the same build, because it's always the strongest, the fastest, and it's Earthquakes. But the end game build I want to go into first is going to be Hoda. As long as Selig isn't changed too much. Regeneration. Okay. Two-handed mace. I'm also anxiously awaiting the final update from Mobalytics too. I really want to see what it ends up with. And I really, really, really want a way to select my arsenal setup in the planner. I don't want to have to write it out like this. I want in big, bright letters, bold letters, numbers, highlighter that illuminates it. I want it right here, right next to the technique. Arsenal setup, right here. That's what I want. Arsenal selection. Arsenal is fine. Whatever it is, but I want it right there. You can see your technique, and then you can see what you have your abilities set to. Because that is the number one question in comments that I get. What is the weapon set up to? I put it in the video, I write in the planners, but it gets easily missed. Or people skip through the planners. Or skip through the video. We dropped Edge Masters. We dropped Ancestral Charge. We dropped Vehement's Brawlers. But we kept Earthquake. And I did. That's it. Okay. Oh, we did Veterans Brawler. Okay. Yes, but that's changing next season. I believe it's going to be two-handed mace. Going forward. So currently, right now, we're using the two-handed axe because you get that 10% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. It's the only one that adds multiplicative damage in here. So any of the other ones here, like this one gives you 15x critical strike damage while berserking, which would be stronger normally. But when you put it on here, the only thing you get is the lucky hit chance to gain fury, which is useless. What they're changing next season is they're giving you both bonuses all the time. So we will now also get the 15x. Polearms gives you 15x right now, if you use it, if you're using one, but when you put it in here, you only get that lucky hit chance. So this could work, but if you're not healthy, then you lose the bonus, and it's the exact same number as critical strike damage with mace here. So getting berserking all the time is a lot easier than staying at max life. So this is probably going to be your number one here. But having the lucky hit chance, it's going to be one of the two here. It's probably, honestly, Polearm is probably going to take the cake. I think that's going to be your option here. So you're probably going to use Polearm next season. We'll be dropping two-handed axe for the first time. I mean, it gives you critical strike chance and critical strike damage, but this is 10% critical strike chance to vulnerable enemies, and sometimes those things don't stack. So having 90% crit and then adding the 10% crit chance to vulnerable enemies, sometimes they run separately, and it just gives you straight 10%, not an additional 10%. So, I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking, polearms or two-handed mace, but probably polearm is what I think I'm going to go with. Lucky hit chance you can't go wrong with. And then this is just a lucky hit chance to gain fury when hitting enemies. But I don't know. Depending on what you need, if you're running, if like you're starved on fury generation, it's not bad. Oh wait, why is this doubled up? Defense is doubled up here. Lots of choices next season. Lots of things changing. At Mani. Yes, you do. Yep. And if you have a 100% chance, you do crit all the time. That one's pretty easy to test. Heck. Is there anything in any of these planners that anybody would like to see? Anything that I can add in that would make everybody's life easier while I'm working on these? The example that I like to use is the one that Charmed left, or Charmed Chaos. That finding uniques and figuring out where they came from was a little difficult. So I added this in the bottom for any of the barbarian content. Each boss's loot pool. The barbarian loot that they dropped, and then the general pool. So things like that. If anybody has any suggestions or wants to see anything, let me know, and I can try and work on adding things into the planners. But I want to get this which is how it works. See, it actually tells you that right inside the planner here. And it should be Beast in the Ice right here, Hooves of the Mountain God. It tells you right down here in any of the planners. That's a big loss. That is a big loss. So Diablo 4 Constantine is actually very straightforward. Every single class has a main stat, and that main stat gives multiplicative damage. That's pretty much it. Everything else, like for things like overpower damage or critical strike damage on your weapons and tempers, they're very, very small in the greater scheme of things. And I do have videos on that. But in the planners, like, so like for this build, all of these builds here now that I'm going to be doing, barbarians for the most part are going to be fury stacking. So things like that I can put into the planners, like into how the damage works. Like Ramalotni is going to scale off of your maximum fury. And now with Selig, in the current version of Selig, the more fury you have, or the more strength you have, the more maximum fury you're going to have, which means more damage out of Ramalotni's and more damage out of Hammer of the Ancients, because Hammer of the Ancients all stacks. And I put all of that stuff into the video guides, and I'll find a spot to put it into the written guides as well. But all of that stuff I cover in the written guides or in the video guides. But that's something I can definitely add in. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like the critical strike, the CDR, critical or the critical strike damage and stuff like that is never really that important. It's good to have additive damage in your builds, but like focusing on it doesn't matter too much. So like, for example, here, I'll show you what I mean. With the, go to the aspects here. Still getting used to how this works, how it's not working because I'm in. So for this weapon here, I have critical strike damage and vulnerable damage. In the game here, critical strike damage and vulnerable damage are actually the exact same stat. And the goal, no matter what, in any build, and is very doable in every single build, is to get to 100% critical strike chance, or close to that, and always have a source of vulnerable damage. No, they're not bad at all. It's a good way to explain things and a good time to explain things. So the way that the damage works in this game is that with this build here, I have 100% critical strike chance. Even if this doesn't have 100% critical strike chance here, the way that the skills work, I have 100% critical strike chance. And I always make things vulnerable every single time. And I guarantee overpower every single time that I hit. So I'm hitting all of these boxes. So I'm hitting critical strike, overpower, and vulnerable damage all at the same time. So if I had 4,500 vulnerable damage and 300 critical strike damage, I would hit for the exact same amount no matter what. If I had 8,000 overpower and 0 critical strike damage and 0 vulnerable damage, I would hit for the same amount. All of the additive numbers are all exactly the same, as long as you're checking off the boxes to activate them. There's no difference in how the damage works. So that's multipliers are what you want to focus on. Adding, like stacking additive numbers just happens generically from getting your gear. So everything's going to have like its own source of additive damage. Yeah, it's a little different. So this whole big bucket right here, straight from your critical strike damage, all the way down to the very last damage while berserking on the barbarian. That's all in one gigantic pool. And as long as you activate every single one of those, like I'm using a mace, I'm using a basic skill, I'm hitting something that's close, I'm hitting an elite, I'm hitting healthy enemies, they all activate at one time. Okay, so then let's dual-wield weapon. What are they doing here? Showing a bit in action. What do you mean? Went down, but not up. That's interesting. And father, of course. I'm so glad that I can copy and paste the links. That makes it so much easier. All right, let's get rid of the chaos armor here. I don't know if it's actually set up. I think I might be missing things, and I think yeah, like I'm not even masterworked. I swapped some things around. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I mean, I'll hit a couple dummies, but I don't know if it's fully set up. I was messing around with some things. Hey, Ras. How's it going? So inside the pits, this goes up to about 2 trillion, but on the dummies, it'll, or 2.5 trillion. On the, um, on the dummies, though, it like 1.5 trillion, I think, was what I hit for. I don't even have any incense on. Yeah, and then, oh, and I had the wrong technique on, actually, there. And then, I don't even know if I have the right glyphs in. Wrath, Revenge, Ire, Crusher, Challenger, White, Buster. Think so. Here. But yeah, those are the numbers. Did your first 100. Very nice. Then three. It'll be nice when all these planners are done. And then we just start playing some games. All right, sounds good. Thank you. All right, so let's do another variant. This one is your mythic. One gonna be, this has to have a unique. This one can't run with just legendaries. This one has to be a unique build. So we gotta, I mean, since we're playing softcore, I always go straight damage. I die all the time. Constantly. I never bother trying to stay alive. That comes later on when I'm trying to, when you're trying to start pushing pits or something. But when you're leveling, you go all damage. At least that's what I do. I enjoy the glass cannon builds. I wonder if I'll be able to get that out fast enough. I don't think I can. Thank you for that. There should be a new emote in there, Ras, of Bagel, actually. Bagel should be in there. I posted, or I added in some new emotes. We go, let's go Lucian. Go Lucian. The Fury cost doesn't really matter for this build because Kick doesn't actually cost Fury. It just spends it, which is fun. And then for this here. Hey, exceptional. We're doing good. How about you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's not fun. What do I... Next season, they're putting an entire lineup inside of the training grounds, and holy cow, am I excited about it. You're gonna have your enchanters, your jewelers, your stash, everything is inside of the training grounds, and I am over the moon about it. Ah, thanks, Constantine. Appreciate it. Um, thanks for stopping by tonight. Yeah, it's very exciting. Wait, no, wrong one. We want, I just want to see what here. Only the same two, right? Brawlers, yep. Then, gonna leave comments going to. Hey, Drunken Frog, how's it going? I like the name. That's what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing. Dang it. Oh no, I don't have any room for it though. In this one I do, but not in the other one. How do I get... Wait, yeah, how do I don't actually, maybe I don't need Bold Chieftain actually. I don't even need Rallying Cry. Waiting for the new patch notes to come out. Yeah, me too. Anxiously waiting. You don't need Rallying Cry actually for this. Charge makes you unstoppable, but it will be on cooldown a little bit. So maybe you will. Yeah, we were just talking about the launch. I'm getting nervous because they haven't said anything about it. But I think that actually, I think they might have announced the launch time at the campfire chat last season anyway. It won't be nerfed into the ground. They're not changing around Hammer of the Ancients at all. The only thing that they're going to change is Melted Heart of Selig. So depending on that, Oda's going to lose some damage. Or gain damage. It just depends on what they do to it. If they rework it and keep the resource scaling the same, then it does a lot. I know, Jesse, but I'm just so nervous about it. It happens every single season leading up to it because they just don't announce it ahead of time. So it's always a guess. And I'm just requesting time off and like hoping that it happens. Yep, resources and staying uncapped for everything is really great. The Lunging Strike build that I do every season, if as long as you have the expansion pack. So the Lunging Strike with Earthquakes is the best way to go. Yeah, I watched it, Constantine. It was very good. The interview was good. A lot of stuff that the dev said was really good. All right, we're gonna do this here. We're gonna do veterans brawler here. That's okay, Drunken. It'll be a nice big surprise for you, but everything's changing. Just know that. Everything's changing. Five. We're going to leave that fourth one blank because we're waiting for the tempers to get added into Mobalytics for attack speed. Super nice temper. Very, very good change. I have all of them on my website. I posted update videos about everything. I got 7 videos that I posted about the updates. So if you wanted to watch them, they're there. Yep. Some people don't like the ride, but just the way that it goes. I'm just playing a game that I enjoy playing. That's what we're going to keep doing. Okay, so we put veterans here. This is my favorite, one of my favorite aspects in the whole game. Ancestral charge. Every time you charge, it summons all of the ancients that charge along with you. Gotcha, Junkin. Okay. Hey, Rex. All right, so then we just need to replace Starless, which we could always go with Ravenous. Gives me... Actually, probably not. Ranks of Brawling. We don't need Rend. Bleed is terrible. So... I don't really think we're going to go with that. Let's just do something generic. Vehement's Brawler here. You can't go wrong. Strength. Max life. I think I have enough critical strength. No, let's go critical strength chance. We don't need attack speed, so let's just go res all. Temper, we'll go with Wrath Berserker cooldown. And your generic diamonds. Okay. Another successful build. Season 11 is going to be a much easier start for me. Much easier. As long as I get all of these builds done. And then I got to build the tier list, which I didn't get to do as much testing as I wanted to on the PTR, so building the tier list for Mobalytics is going to be a little harder than last season, but I'm just going to talk to some of the other Mobalytics players that talk to Dalcora and see. I don't think it's going to change much, though, honestly. The game has been getting better and better every single season. So I think Hoda will move up to here. Dust Devil Autocast is going away. We're going to add in Whirlwind Earthquakes is going to probably stay A. Pure Whirlwind might drop down to B without Chaos Armor. Rupture or Death Blow and Rupture will probably go down to B. Leap Quake, I believe, with the changes to the pants, will probably come up either to B or to A. But I'll figure it all out before the season goes live, and we'll move some stuff around. And then I'll see what other builds I can get up and running. Yeah, they're gonna slow it down a little bit. I don't know how they're gonna slow it down a little bit. I don't know if it's the attack speed scaling that they're gonna slow down. But even in the current season, right? I'm assuming it's attack speed, because in the current season you can make an unlimited leap build. It's a thing that you can do, and it's built into the game. So I'm assuming they're just going to slow down the attack speed increases that they're going to get. I don't think they would change the distance. I think they would just change the attack speed scaling, because that's the only thing that they did differently with Leap. They didn't change the distance. They didn't change the cooldown on it going into season 11. All they did was change how much attack speed scales your Leap cast. So I'm assuming they're just going to scale that back a little bit. In the current season right now, you can leap unlimited as much as you want. And it travels whatever distance your mouse can go. But but it's just not fast. It's just a leap, a leap, a leap, and there's no way to speed up the animation. So that's the only thing that they changed right now was just that. So I think that we're going to see that change a little bit. Yeah, but they also talked about wanting it to feel like playing a slower, stronger build felt efficient also. So I think they're thinking about both sides of the coin. All right, lunging strike's done. We're going to do this one once it updates, because most people are playing lunging strike, and it's the only S tier build for Mobalytics right now, so I don't want to change that. Unlucky until now without any... Wait, what? What does that mean, Milan? Yeah, I know, that's pretty crazy. Uncapped movement speed. Lunging strike. That was the only difference with Season 9 to Season 10, was that so many builds ran so much Chaos Armor that you were so slow. I'm gonna miss this build. Hmm. Would we run? If I would run Selig. Hey, Myth, I'm not too sure. I actually didn't look into the Sork builds yet. But once we get the final patch notes, because right now nobody knows. Nobody knows anything at all. We know generally about what's changing, but we don't know what's going to stay and what's not going to stay. Waiting for the final patch notes to hit. Yep, no problem. So, everything is subject to change pretty dramatically. If I swap the BLT for Selig, how do we generate overpower? Yep, PTR is the PTR. Yeah, I'm glad that they changed things, Myth. I like it. I like constantly swapping things around. It would get very stale if they didn't. Double swing doesn't cost enough for Puck to work. Ahu would be great if we're hitting a lot of targets, but not single target. But I suppose we could do that. Because with Twin Strikes on, you proc things pretty fast. Maybe Tam, because this is every after casting double swing 4 times, and each cast is 2. Double swing will continue to hit 2 additional times. So 4 casts of double swing, you get 6, which is technically 12 hits, since each one is hitting, which Tam gives you alphabetical order. Tough. So it'll be 300. And Zan is 4? 300. Okay. So then if I went with, maybe we do Tam Zan. We'll try that out. Well, I think we'll go with that. Can what retrigger itself? No, it cannot. It's only on a cast. At double swing. Armor and resistance cap are gone. Damage while position cap's gone. Okay. Go with. Hey, charmed. Movement speed. Hydrate. Thank you. There's only about 350 people ish waiting to come inside the building today. There wasn't that many. So it was for the most part, a relatively mellow day. And cry. Did anybody go out and do any Black Friday shopping? Wait, does that let me do it? Uh, ah. I didn't finish the other build. I got more to do. I forgot. You went to Best Buy? Get anything good? I actually really like all of the classes. I don't have a second favorite. I used to play every single class every single season. And then once I started writing for Mobalytics, I make sure I do all of the barbarian builds first. And then whenever I have time, I hop onto another class. I think I actually played the game a lot more then than I do now. Played a lot more then than I do now. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. We're not too sure yet, Kevin. No idea what the final patch notes are going to say. But there was nothing in the patch notes originally that was going to give a lot or give any significant buffs to Whirlwind other than Ramalodni scaling with Melted Heart of Selig. So we'll see what they do to Melted Heart of Selig first, and then we'll figure that out. Oh yeah, I get that, Jesse. Yeah. Yeah, we'll know a lot more soon. Very soon. Probably for the barbarians, Simple Jack. We'll probably make one for the barbarian builds. That's always a good thing. I did it last season. I had a tier list out for the barbarians, which I'm going to try and do again this season. Didn't have as much testing as I did last season, but we'll see. I'm going to lean on community a little bit more and see who cleared what. It was the worst timing for the PTR. I got sick, and I worked that Tuesday all the way straight through the next Tuesday. So, real bad timing. Yep. Yeah, it was bad. So I was fighting going to work and fighting being sick and trying to stream, and I just could not do it. So the previous season, between what I did and what William got to do, um, we tested a ton of builds. But one we did not get to. So hopefully next time I either won't be working and I will be doing this full time, um, or I won't be sick during it. I would have so much more time if I was not working. Can't link to that yet. We'll wait. Winter never really makes it here. Never really makes it here. Did I remove the unique section from the other builds? I might remove it if I did. Oh, no, I didn't. I still have it. Okay. Crown of Lucian. Name. Never mind. I think I did a better job describing it here. No, I don't miss winter at all. I'm perfectly fine without it. It it gets down to like maybe 60, 65, and that's still warm and cold enough for me. That's the BLT, my favorite necklace. I love to eat food. Red here. Strike. Double swing, deal double damage. I can't do that yet. Yeah, like 60, between 60 and 70 is my ideal temperature. That's what I like the most. I just, it's just not fun being dealing with negative temperatures. I just don't like it. And when winter lasts for 9 months, it's just not fun anymore. Yeah, I don't need summer. I need like early spring, early fall, where it's like in the transition period. That's what I love. Ramalama Ding Dong. Ramaladi's magnum opus. Grew up in Minnesota. Yeah, so I grew up in New York. Objections. So we would get very, very cold, negative 25, 30, lots of snow. But even though I'm in Hawaii, 60 is still like beautiful. That's what I want. Yeah, so I lived in Texas for a little while too, Jesse. And it was a different kind of heat than New York because it wasn't as humid. But New York would get up into like the hundreds, 110. Texas was like 115, 120. But different kind of heat. They felt different. The whole humid and hot stuff. No, yeah, no, it's definitely not fun. And it gets humid and hot here. Not quite as hot as New York, but it gets humid and hot here. Lived in Dallas for years. Glad I'm out of there. Yeah, I was in Arlington, which was pretty close to Dallas, and then I was also in Belton for a little while. Here. All right, Big Papa, have a good night. Um, nope. Talk. Um, I didn't really ever meet anybody when I was there. Funny story how I ended up in Texas. I was playing World of Warcraft, and I was playing, and I ran a guild, if that's any surprise to anybody. And one of the people that I knew in real life was also playing, and everybody was like we were all in the raiding guild, and she met one of the guys that was raiding with us and wanted to go down and actually meet him in real life, but asked if I wanted to go. And I went down to Texas, and we both ended up staying for like a year. The guy had an extra room, so I had a place to crash. He stayed in his room, and we just played World of Warcraft all day. How did I do it that way? Was Asmongold? No, what's that? Hey, Sacred, how's it going? There's actually a lot of people in the stream that are from Hawaii, which is surprising, but there are quite a few people. Um, so my wife is from here. Got a new keyboard and mouse for Black Friday. My wife not enter couple both sides. There did us. Oh wow, Jesse, that's crazy. In the forest hills. Oh nice. Why are you old? Sacred's younger than I am. Yes. Order off the senior menu. Nice. Let's go. It's my dream. What's wrong, Hugo? I actually play every single class on a controller on my PC. Right here. Come on, come and say hi, everybody. Anything without like leap or teleport are easy to play. Not like they're hard, but you can't control the movement abilities like that as well as with a controller as you do with the mouse and keyboard. I needed to delete that. Wait, I didn't oh, that's Chaos Armor. Okay. Oh yeah, every time that I do anything like here, this is all mouse and keyboard. But then as soon as I like go and I like I'm actually playing, I use the controller. This is much easier to do. But you can get a mouse and keyboard for any console now, because they have mouse and keyboard support for Diablo 4. So if you're going to just be doing stash management, way easier on the mouse and keyboard. So just have your mouse and keyboard handy for that. I'm pretty sure that the guys at Mobalytics are trolling me at this point. All right, sounds good, Constantine. Have a great one. I've given a lot of feedback about this update, and I've gotten a lot of answers back, and I've got a lot of responses back. And I'm not joking. Every single time that I have asked about the weapon arsenal selection, I have gotten zero responses. Not a thing. Nothing. And I'm like, I'm so worried about it. But I've gotten no responses. I mean, like the guys have been great, and the work that they're putting in is amazing. But I swear, it's like when Adam joined, and then they forced us to upgrade our potions. It feels very targeted. What kind of keyboard and mouse did you get, Sacred? I don't really like. I have my website, and that's hard enough to keep up with and design. Then having to import all of the data in order to get this guide up and running, it's a ton of work. I would not have the time to keep up with it or to do it. Oh no, I did that, Ras. I don't even have enough time to do this and be full time. How am I supposed to make my own build guide site? Plus, having the Mobalytics logo goes a long way. So I do like that. I also get, just like YouTube, I get traffic to the site. So the more people that visit, the more, which I wouldn't get if I made my own. So the creators get paid like that. Perfect, Ras. That's amazing. But you can also do that on Patreon instead of OnlyFans. But either way, it's up to you. No, it's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It was part of the joke. You don't have to. I appreciate it. That I can do. Only crayons. Yep, I could do that. I getcha. I getcha. That is also the balance of my only crayons. I get it. I get you. I'm gonna start doing this for all of my variants here. What's going on here? I wonder how long it's gonna take for somebody to comment on it and ask what that means. Thank you, Ras, for that. Appreciate it. I like how Sacred put a hydrate in, but didn't answer my question. This season, biggest changes are Chaos Armor. I asked what keyboard and mouse you got. Diablo podcast. Wait, what about that, Jesse? I need to do a pod. I need to get my podcast going again. I need to find some people that want to interview, and I need to interview them, and I need to get it going. Okay. Oh, wait, I know what I need to go back to. In terms of pit pushing, the druid and the spirit born are gonna carry you the farthest. Armored. Oh, so cool. They don't talk like you know Diablo. About carrots. Yeah, finding a mouse is a difficult thing. It's important. You gotta get something that fits well. Speed. What's wrong? You came in here like something big huff. Jeez. Okay, buddy. All right, so then got Tricker, Yell Cry, Double, Double Swing. We'll leave that one blank. Double Swing twice. I wish this was Double Swing deals double damage. Oh wait, that means that we're gonna be able to proc Zan faster. I forgot about that. The double swing hits twice. But we're gonna do critical strike damage here and not overpowered damage. It's not all the time. Supposedly, according to Max Roll, there's chance to make enemies vulnerable on your weapons, on your one-handed weapons. Which, if that's the case, that's amazing. That would make sense why they didn't put attack speed on the one-handed weapons and only on the two-handed weapons. We'll find out soon. But, and I'm so anxious for um, this thing to come out, for this patch notes. I just want it to come out now. Ranks to... Oh, I'm doing the legendary version of this planner. So, all is 5%. Brute force is 6%? Yes. Okay. Wait, Warpath is 4%. Okay, so Wallop. I don't know if I'm actually going to need Igni Lum, maybe. But, so right here, this spot is going to be attack speed, because that is new, added onto the two-handed weapons only. You can't get attack speed on your one-handed weapon. And I wasn't sure why, but apparently, and I don't know if this is true, but one of these lines here on max roll shows chance to make enemies vulnerable on a one-handed weapon. If that's the case, you put chance, because it's way better than vulnerable damage. This is just a tiny bit of additive damage. So if you put chance to make enemies vulnerable here and chance to make enemies vulnerable here, you have 100% chance to make enemies vulnerable on a lucky hit. Then is as long as you, like if you're playing something like Hoda, Hoda is 100% lucky hit chance pretty easily. And that means that you're always making enemies vulnerable, and that solves a ton of issues. Then you don't have to worry about on your ring. You can put something else there. Or you can run something like Ring of Red Fear and the Ring of Starless Sky and not have to scramble for your vulnerable damage. So that'll solve a lot of problems. You run Fear, Starless Sky, and then Fists of Fate. And if you don't have the right GAs, then you can put that on your, or you can just do it. I don't know. Actually, this wouldn't be 100%. I don't think they stack. I think it's just separate chances. I think it'd be the same thing. So you just do it on one. It would be better if it's stacked, but I don't think they do. Let's make enemies vulnerable. Then we can move that off, and we can run like max life, strength, attack speed, critical strike chance, and then leave it on the, which is way better than having chance to make enemies vulnerable here. Yeah, we'll see. See what happens. This Call of the Ancients? I think this might be Call of the Ancients. Nope, it's Wrath Berserker. Well, they did say that they're going to change around the scaling from part of Selig. So if they do change Selig a little bit, it's going to affect Hammer of the Ancients, but they're not going to cap anything. They originally had things capped at 500 resources, but they're not going to cap anything anymore. That would have really crippled Hammer of the Ancients in terms of what it was doing right now. Currently, in the current season with the Barbarians, nobody gets over 500 anyway, and it's hitting for trillions of damage. That's with Chaos Armor, so it's a little bit stronger than it normally is, but it still would do trillions of damage without it. Wait, you have to have affixes, though. Every piece of gear has affixes. Wait, push every class as far as possible with no aspects. So with just yellow gear, with just rare gear. Nothing scales without aspects. The aspects is what makes your abilities scale. I mean, you definitely can do it. I have a video of killing Uber Lilith seasons ago with only yellow gear on, so it does work. But you're gonna have to find things that you can use to give yourself extra multipliers. So things like runes that will guarantee you to overpower, which used to scale off of HP. So when I did it, it was a lot easier. Which I didn't have a lot of HP then anyway, because I didn't have any. I didn't have the. You can't really have great gear without any legendary gear or uniques. So, but yeah, none of it. None of it. I mean, Hammer of the Ancient scales off of max Fury, so you could add some max Fury in, and you could do something like that. We're gonna do it again. Actually, no, not for this variant. This variant, we're just gonna do two. It's very slow. Just so you know, it's very slow. Where, where was it? Scramble Slide was very fun. Is it right around here? Did Uber Lilith at level 77? Um, where did I do it? When did I do it? Okay. All right. Okay, you want to get down? Okay, okay, okay. All right. Okay. I think I missed. I must have missed it. Oh well. I don't remember where it was. It was very slow though. I my thumbnails have definitely gotten better. That's not bad though. This trailer was so good. So good. Ancients, this should be. Wrath, Berserker. It'll be really nice when we can link to runes, or not runes, glyphs and legendary nodes also. I wish it would, I wonder if I can get them to get certain affixes like unstoppable added in and maximum resources. Well, I get not max resources. That's pretty self-explanatory, but like things like unstoppable. If you're new to the game, knowing what unstoppable is very handy. Like for it took me season after season to realize that the chains that are above your head is the symbol for unstoppable. I had no idea. It's gonna be a long grind to get to 250 like that. You're gonna have to do it mostly, probably. I don't even know if you can get to torment here without any aspects on. I don't know if you can, because you're gonna miss out on a lot. You'll be able to get your tempers. You're gonna miss out on the masterworking power now, because that's gonna be gone also. Gonna be a grind. It's probably gonna be worse than getting to two than getting to 300. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you enjoy it, then it should be good. Wait, I guess I can get rid of this. Wait, let me see. When I save this, how does this look? Rune, overworld rune combination. I guess that's fine. I gotta show you guys something. Pretty exciting. swear I changed that. Okay. This is gonna change too, the color. This will, like with the legendary runes, will be orange. The rare runes will be yellow, and the blue runes will be, or the magic runes will be blue. So that'll change when Mobalytics finish their update, which that'll be really nice to see too. It's just nice when it like matches the in-game stuff because that's way easier to get through. Okay. All right, I have to get up for work tomorrow, but I'm off Sunday, thank goodness. So I got to crash tonight, but tomorrow I will be on a little bit longer since I don't have to work. But thanks everybody for a great stream. We're getting pretty close to finishing planners, sort of, which means that I will be able to actually play some games. So we'll get to play some games and stuff soon. Catch you on the clip side. Thanks for the subscribe.